wanted to cut my mom out of my life because I grew up thinking that my mom was a superhero, bro, because you're supposed to. I thought that she was the greatest, most loving, caring, nicest, I'm 100% for my kids kind of person. I believed that for a long time, dude. Because you're,
Go on, man.
yeah, I know. Just give me a second, bro.
No, I understand, man. I understand. Your mom was your supposed to be your hero, but she failed,
Yeah. So,
and that
but
was a shortcoming.
my mom wasn't, she wasn't even supposed to be. She was. She fooled me so much that I actually did believe that she was a superhero. It took until I was 29 years old to realize that my mom is a fucking villain, bro. She's an evil, wants to tear down the rest of the world kind of person. So growing up, we were poor. At least that's what my mom liked to tell us. Like she wanted to make us know how poor we were, how much the church had to pay our electricity bills, and how the church had to give us rice and give us beans. And my mom wanted us to know how much we fucking struggled throughout life, which ain't a bad thing, dude. Like, it's not bad to want your kids to really see the way that the world can be. What makes you a fucking hypocrite and what makes you wrong in those teachings, and I'm sorry if you're recording and I cussed, I will try very hard to not
Mm.
curse.
Brother, you good? You good?
I used to think that my mom made all the right decisions because one specific thing that she would always tell us. I remember this, dude. Like it's as if she told me it 1,000 times growing up. I remember it specifically, like as if she's sitting right next to me saying it to me. Is that no matter how poor we are, you're always going to dress nice. I'm always going to make it seem like you don't have any kind of worry whatsoever. And that's so cool if you think that image is everything. That's what I finally realized about my mom, is that she doesn't actually care about being a good person. My mom likes to let people see her as a good person. Once she shuts that fucking door, dude, she is so nasty. She's so evil. My dad, my biological dad, and my mom,
Yeah,
they split up because my mom cheated on my dad with my karate instructor.
yeah,
And he has been the man that I look at as a father because he raised me. He did everything for me. He tried to instill good things. Um, my mom cheated on my real dad with him, got with him, had another kid, cheated on him with another guy, had a kid with him, cheated on him with another guy. Luckily, didn't have a kid with his ass, you know what I mean? But like, so then when I look back, really, and this is where people like to say, well, it's not it's not your choice to decide what other people do in their life. Yes, it is not my choice to decide what other people do in life, but it is my fucking choice to decide if that person is worthy of being in my life. Because if you're going to do
yeah,
nothing to benefit me, if you're never going to teach me, I could never go to my mom and ask her, what is 1 plus 1? And have her tell me the answer is 2. She will literally say, even if she knows the answer, she'll look at me and be like, I don't know. Because she just doesn't know how to teach. Like she was never, and you can draw that back even farther, dude. Like my grandma did not teach my mom. Like my grandpa did not teach her. Like
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
fucking failed each other
So do you
on
and
this generational level, dude. I had a conversation with my sister not too long ago, and I told her that the way that we save our family is by walking the fuck away, dude. We have to be that difference. Because, like, now when you look at it, like, if me and my sister, because she's on the same exact, like, way of thinking that I'm at, of just really realizing that our family is kind of just pieces of shit. And I really, really got her to feel me on the fact that like 100 years from now, if all we do is just step away from the family that we have currently, we're going to be the people that our future family looks back at as just the greatest, elite, best decision making kind of people. They actually know what love is, they know what care is, they know how to rationally live life.
So you're saying
And
that
it's such a fucking hard thing to get people to understand that I walked away to be better. That I don't like my mom at all. Hate me for it, bro. Hate me if you got to, like judge me all you want. I don't fucking like my mom because my mom like to claim the title of being a mom. My mom did not like doing the job and the requirements of actually being a mom. And even though she told me left and right and every single day how much she loved me, those were such blank words, dude. I finally figured it out. She doesn't mean that she loves me. She is telling me she loves me because she's supposed to.
yeah, yeah.
And I figured out at that fucking second, dude, that I it don't matter how close you are, family or not,
She used that
if
title
I
as leverage against you.
yeah, definitely. She still does. I talk to my dad about it all the time because what I want her to eventually understand and grasp is that no, I'm not doing this out of enjoyment. I actually fucking hate this, bro.
Hmm.
I hate everything about it.
What
But
was
I tell my dad, I actually specifically have worded this to him. I told him that I don't ever want my mom to know ever again that I don't want her in my life. I don't want her to know that I hate her. That's such a strong word, dude. I don't want to say hate.
No, it's
um,
okay. Hate and love coincide, and they both mean a lot. Hate's an emotion,
they
and you're
do.
allowed to feel it. I wanted to ask you, man, what was the tipping point? What was that last straw that sent you over the edge to cut her out?
So I just moved out into my apartment on January 6th of this year. I'm 30
Yeah.
years old. This is my first time ever getting out
Mm-hmm.
and being on my own because I lived a very, very bad life, dude. I made a lot of bad decisions. So at 30 years old, this is my very first time ever getting out and being on my own and succeeding finally in life, having a job and sticking with it and holding to my responsibilities and my promises. And when I say I'm going to do something, I actually do it now. So I have taken myself and I have really, really paid attention and taken accountability and responsibility for everything that I've done. But when I told you earlier that I was told one sentence when I was in Colorado, and all it was is that the world doesn't revolve around you. That's all I needed to hear at that exact moment, dude, is that the world does not fucking revolve around me in a good way and in a bad way. So even though I made a lot of bad decisions, and even though I'm the cause of my own turmoil, my mom, my parents in general, dude, the only reason why I don't really throw my dad into the mix is because he tried, dude. He fucking tried, and I just didn't listen to him. But I was told that sentence because the person that I was talking to knew that, like, I was trying to tear myself down because of what my mom did, bro. And she told me that because she wanted me to understand that it is fucking okay to be angry at even the closest person to you, that it is okay to cast blame. It is not okay to cast responsibility on someone else, but it is okay to accept responsibility, but at the same time tell somebody fuck you because you influenced me at the same time. Like you also had a part in this. And if I am capable of learning and teaching myself because you didn't fucking teach me how to do it at all, I had to do it myself. If I'm able to teach myself and learn myself into the way of thinking of being better, then why can't you? And now I take into account, like, you're like fucking 20 years older than me. My mom had me when she was like 18, I think.
Yeah.
So she's not that much older than me, but
Yeah.
you still
Yeah.
got 18 years of just learning, bro, of paying attention in life. And what you did was nothing. I cannot respectably look at you with respect anymore. It's just fucking, I'm not capable of doing it. So it's really hard to say what was the one thing, what was the definitive thing that made me actually cut her off or make that decision, because it was an entire collective. It was a collection of realizations, but it all happened at one time. I try and tell my dad left and right whenever I talk to him about this situation, about how much I don't want anyone to think that all I'm doing is blaming somebody. Because I'm not, man. I'm really not. I take full fucking accountability for my actions. Like, look at me, bro. I got my own place. I'm a supervisor at my job.
Doing great.
Like, I'm just doing good.
Yeah.
So, like, yes, I am allowed to not like people.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to hold, love, but also hate. I was fooled so much in my life thinking that I had to just live a certain way. My mom was so good at manipulating people.
Yeah.
She's so fucking good at it, making you feel like you're the shit person.
Mm-hmm.
When
Yeah.
in reality, it's just her, dude. It's her. She is just that evil aura, dude. She just has this thing about her. It makes me grit my fucking teeth, bro, because she is just nasty, bro. Like,
Do you think that she can change?
no.
Not a chance.
My sister, I have a 20-year-old sister. I had a 20-year-old sister back in 2019. She was murdered.
Yeah.
Boyfriend shot her in the head, and then he turned the gun on himself, killed himself. My mom didn't talk to that kid. My mom has 5 kids, I think. There's 5 of us. Um, she didn't fucking talk to that kid for years. The second that she died, which I can understand, I guess, because yeah, it is your kid. So like if your kid dies, you're gonna cry and stuff like that. But if you're not even putting forth the effort to make that kid know that they mean something to you, then who the fuck are you at that funeral to say you're not going to get up there and talk, that it's too hard? I don't know how to find the strength and blah, 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 blah. Like, dude, you are such a fucking bitch, bro. You are such a selfish ass cunt. I'm sorry if you're recording. This is not the podcast material type of words, but
Okay.
dude, you are so selfish. You didn't speak to that kid for years, dude. You have a kid that is not technically yours, but is yours. Like that's your kid, because even if you're a stepmom, if you're a step parent, that child is yours. You claimed the responsibility of having that kid in your life, because if you accepted your partner, you fucking accepted every part of your partner. So if they have kids, you now have more kids. You know what I mean? Whether you like it or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I were to ask my mom how many kids, this is something that I really have been wanting to ask her over the last few days. I want to send her a text. All I want to say is, how many kids do you have? I want to see if she includes the dead one as part of the number. And I want to see if she really includes my stepsister, because she never acted like she was her mom. She always acted like she was an annoyance. She always acted like she was a fucking burden. Like, tore this girl down, dude. Made her feel bad. Like,
Yeah.
it's your mom, dude. It's your fucking mom, bro. Like, you're supposed, like, why do I not feel love? Why do I look at you like you don't like me at all?
If
I
there's
say all of this stuff, dude, and can you kind of grasp just like the evilness that my mom portrays, of just like the level of uncare that she is capable of showing people? Like, it's so insane how hateful she is, man. How much she is just disassociated. She's dissociated with everything. And I guess it's not her fault completely,
why do you
because
say
I do
that?
have to give her, because she's my mom, bro. Like, she is my mom, and like I can't sit here and just rag on her, dude, because I have to have the belief that someday The world's gonna hit her in the face, dude,
And just
and
reality
she's gonna
smacks it,
call
and
me.
she'll wake up.
Yeah, bro, and I have to believe that she does have humanity.
Yeah.
It's just untapped potential right now. Someday she will call me. I'm not gonna answer because I don't want to talk to her, but she will call me someday because she's going to see that she became the type of parent that made their kid walk away. And and fuck you for making me feel like I'm the bad person for having to walk away from you because you did this. I didn't do this. I tried and tried and tried, and I scratched and crawled and pried and clawed my fucking way out of just this hated hole of this unwanted sense of reality. I tried hard for a long time, dude, for years, just to get her to love me, bro. Just to walk upstairs and start talking to her. She would never initiate a conversation with me. I would always have to be the one initiating conversation with her.
If there's one thing that she could change about herself that would change the outcome of now, what is now, there's one thing that she can change that would change the outcome that you're experiencing now. What would that be?
What's one thing that I would like?
That
Okay, so
she
I
could
feel like
change
that could be
about
taken two
herself.
different. Okay, so but because I force her into thinking about it, or because she naturally did it herself?
She just
Because I
naturally
think
did
those
it
are two
herself.
different things. Shit.
What did you need? One thing that if you could change it, what did you need that would change the outcome of the scenarios? It
That's such a
is.
generic question. That's such a generic answer that I'm going to spew back at you.
Then
But
what's the
sometimes I
answer you
think
want to
things
give?
need. I think that things need to be generic sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And really, yeah, to simplify that is love, dude. Just real love. Because I've had one partner in my life that I knew that I was actually in love with. So I know what love entails. I know what that feeling feels like, man.
Yeah.
And I know that I actually was never given that from my mom. My mom's not capable of knowing that feeling. So as generic as it sounds, as like as shallow as people are gonna that are possibly listening, if anybody is listening or if you're recording this or anything, people are gonna be like, yeah, dude, okay, you talked all that, and then you want to back it up to like you just needed love in your life, and
But
it
that's not
runs
a shallow
so
topic,
much,
man. That's
it
something
runs
that's
so
deep.
much deeper. Yeah, it runs so much deeper than just needing love. I needed love from my mom that I didn't get.
Even the smallest amount would have been more than you needed.
Dude,
Just something to hold on to is what you needed. And
just
I
just
hear you.
just 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 me walking in the house after I got home from school, and my mom cares enough about me that she asked me what I want for dinner that night. I walk in from doing something. I was away from her for hours, for that day. And I walk in and she is actually interested in what I was doing that day.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's something that I never had, dude. I didn't have that shit. I had to teach myself what self-worth was. So I had to teach myself love. I had to teach myself how to be smart. I had to teach myself how to rationally talk to people because my mom taught me how to be a totally different demon. I know how to be as mean as you possibly can. I can make words cut, bro. I can make you feel like you're just tiny because I have that evilness, that foundation instilled into me, man.
Yeah.
And that's what I would like to back it up to when I initiated this conversation is that you are fully responsible for who you are. It is your choice to be a good person. It is your choice to be a bad person. But for those first like 12 to 14 years of your life, dude, like before you're fully conscious, it is your parents' job to make sure that you grow up wanting to be a good person. If you grow up always seeing like just negative actions, if you just grow up seeing hate and you hear bad words, it's really hard to become a positive person from that. I feel like it would take an insanely like out of this worldly kind of strength to turn yourself from what you were kind of fed into some sort of positivity there, man. I feel like I think that I hope that I have a good grasp on knowing what it's like to be ignored and hated and just not fucking important, to the point where I actually was one of those few people, man. I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but I also am because I have to, bro.
Yeah.
I was one of those few people that was strong enough to take just shit and turn it into gold, bro.
So, but
No
that,
one's ever no one's ever going to tell me that I'm wrong. I promise you that.
so this person that you are today, you right now, would you go back and change how you grew up, knowing that it changed the person you are today, or would you stay the same? Everything that you are now, do you want that to be
Yeah,
changed
that's
if you
that's
could
a
go
that's a
back?
hard one. That's a hard one, man. Because then I think that you have to ask the question: did you tap into your full potential?
Did you?
I don't think that I would change anything, just because that's going to drive you nuts.
Yeah.
But I really do wish that there was a lot of things that were different, bro. I wouldn't go back and change anything, but it would be very, very, it'd be very untruthful for me to say that I don't have regret, that there's things that I wish I did differently. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
did a lot of good things in life,
Mm-hmm.
but I also did an incredibly, an incredibly amount of terrible things.
So,
Um,
does the good out
I
does the good outweigh the bad? Or are you gonna be making up for it in the future?
I'm going to be making up for it for the rest of my life. That's why it kind of like draws back to when I told you earlier, is that's why I know that I don't speak just to speak, because I can always back it up to something, dude. Like I
Mm-hmm.
always make sure that I'm covering all grounds.
Yeah. So if somebody was stuck in a
I had a
situation,
tiny little brain fart right there. I'm
it's,
sorry. I just
it's
that
okay.
there's a lot that we're processing.
So if there was somebody in your situation,
Mhm.
whether that be exact or similar, what piece of advice would you give them to get out,
Listen to yourself.
and how?
Just listen to yourself, bro. You know, know that you know the truth. Know that you just always know what is like. Even if I don't want it to come off as a you're allowed to just make any kind of decision and you want and don't live with regret or anything like that. That's not at all the point. I want you to be conscious. I want you to make good decisions. I want you to be an uplifting person. I want you to make other people feel good. That's like the total. I I base my life around wanting other people to learn from me from now on.
Yeah.
Um,
So you just
damn,
you want to
telling
lift
somebody
others as you
one
grow.
thing.
You lift others up around you as you grow as well. You just bring them up with you. You know. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but to really try and answer your question without trying to sound deeper than what I'm trying to sound, I just because that's a real good question that you asked, was what's one thing.
Even if it's not one thing, you can give us a couple pieces. If those couple pieces help you sum up to one big thing, you know. I'm not asking you to go. The grass gets greener on the other side because the grass isn't always greener. The
Right,
grass is
no, I
what you
know what you're
make it.
saying.
You got to heal the grass.
I honestly don't think, and I hate being this person because I just told you that I fucking hated this about my mom,
Yeah.
but I don't think that that's one thing that I could answer, man. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what could I use as the definition of just how would I tell somebody to be better or happier or calmer or
What
there's
about
been
this?
there's a million things that are going on in your life specifically that I'm never going to be able to understand. You're never going to be able to get me to fully feel the way that you feel. So it's going to be very hard for me to actually tell you what it's going to take. All I can say, dude, is just you have to listen to yourself. If you tell yourself yes, then you have to have the confidence to know that you meant yes. If you tell yourself no, which that's a really good point right there, is you have to be comfortable with knowing that you can't do some things. Like you're just not capable. It doesn't mean you're inferior to anybody.
Yeah.
It's just you're physically not capable, mentally not capable. It's okay to not be able to do things. What's not okay is to like you're irrationally think that you can lift 1,000,000 pounds. No, you can't. No, you can't. It's cool. It's cool to have that belief in yourself, but you have to keep grounded. You have to really draw yourself back to reality. It's so hard to answer the question of what I would want somebody to understand from.
Okay. Then
Right.
answer this for me. From this point on, what are you gonna do better?
I think that I'm there, man. I really do think that I'm there. I think that this is what I want to do.
This is for you now. This is being better. Staying true to yourself, being good, doing good stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But in a different way, I feel like, because it's not for me. Because I'm not doing this at
Who's it
all
for?
for me. For you, for the next person I talk to, um,
It's about
for the
being
next person I
selfless.
meet, just a I'm not gonna hold. There's no stipulations. There's no method to the madness. It's if you want to, if you got the time to hear me out, then I got the time to talk to you, bro. I don't need you to speak back to me. I know that I talk a lot. I know I always have something to say,
Okay.
but that's because I don't want you to ever, you specifically, or just anybody that I ever talk to again, I don't want you to ever think that you are less important than what you know you are, bro. Like, I want anybody that I ever speak to know that I'm not going to tell you I don't know what to do. I want you to feel so comfortable with like looking at me as maybe not a leader, maybe not a coach or anything like that, but I want you to look at me as somebody that you can depend on in every situation, every single day. I don't take breaks, bro. I don't take time off. It would be very hypocritical of me to want to push you to be a better person and expect greatness from you if I don't have the time to push you to be greater, Like it'd be such a stupid thing to tell somebody you need to go do this, but I'm going to sit back on the couch and just watch you do it. I just know that you could be great. I'm going to sit back. No, I'm going to work harder than you. I'm going to go and find. I like to relate it to a fighting sense because my cousin, he's a fighter, and I like to help him through that portion. And getting him to feel like he's already the world champion. I go and study people for days before he ever sees them face to face, before he ever has to look somebody in the eyes. Like I go and figure out what he's going to do to win. Like before he even wakes up and starts stretching for the fight. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to think about what he's going to do because I'm thinking for him. All he's got to do is just hear me out, and he's got to take it and he's got to fucking apply it whenever he steps into that ring. It's a definitely give and take relationship. People that want to learn have to have the willingness to learn, but it is a hard barrier to. I don't even want to say barrier. It's a very, very selfish and slippery fucking slope to say that you want to be someone that teaches people and not that you want to be somebody that learns anymore. Because you have to put yourself on a different level at that point. So you can never not it. I can never tell you that I don't know. I would never be able to tell you that. It's not. I don't have the right. You're supposed to tell me that you don't know, and then you ask me how to do it, and then I tell you we're going to do. There's a million different ways. Which route do you want to take? I'm gonna set that route with you after you tell me, and we're going to run with it, man. We're going to take off sprinting. I'll carry you there if I got to, but I'm going to get you there. That's the whole mentality of what I'm going to live like the rest of my life. I'm gonna be cuz to the Tyson, bro. I'm gonna be. I'm just. I want to be the trainer. I want to tell you what you don't know. Like I don't. Such a weird mind thing that I put myself into. Like I had said earlier, there's a lot of people that would look at me and get overwhelmed and be like, dude, you just need to sit back and enjoy life and blah blah blah. But this is me enjoying life.
Being able to share
This
your
really is.
experiences. Yeah.
As much as it seems like my gears are probably just turning constantly and I don't take breaks or anything like that, dude, this is actually me really enjoying it though. I love the fact that I'm always thinking like this. I love the fact that I'm making you think. I love the fact that you actually want to talk to me. I made you want to talk to me. Not because I just like started talking but because I think that you kind of see just this. There's a little bit more to me than just talking crazy, bro. There
There's a
really
little
is. I
bit
think.
more to you than the butt chin I first saw,
Yeah, than that butt ass chin that you saw.
and you said you don't laugh.
I do laugh, dude. No, I know how to enjoy life. You know, I got a beautiful smile. Um, but it's just not everything requires a smile, bro. Not everything requires to joke. Not everything you. I feel like you have to be more serious all
You
the
do.
time than what
Yeah.
you can joke around with. Because
Yeah.
I think that once you reach that point of like if you can comfortably just fuck around every single day, then dude, you made it. I just ain't there yet, man. Not there. I
Hey
want to be
man,
able to laugh all the time, dude. I don't want to talk about this shit ever again.
look, brother. I think a lot of what you had to say was really good stuff. It was really important stuff. I can relate to some of the stuff that you had went through, but I can't relate to not even close to all of it, man. I have similar situations with my mother that I can kind of, you know, have that little comparison, that relation to, but nothing compares to it. But I do, there's a lot of stuff that I do understand when it comes down to how you feel, but then there's a lot of stuff I don't. And you told me flat out, man. You said you don't believe you have a lot of stuff to say, but then you ended up saying some of the best shit that I've probably ever heard in my life.
Don't
You were real,
fucking tell
man.
me that. Please don't
No,
ever tell me that, dude. No, don't tell me
no,
that because
you kept it real.
I don't want my horn tooted. I don't want someone to
You
tell
don't need
me
your
that
horn
I was
tooted.
right.
I'm not saying this to fucking toot your horn, man. I'm saying it because you done said to me that you don't think your voice is important, but your voice is important, right? And you do deserve to have someone sit here and listen to you every now and then. And that's not
When's your
some
next
bull.
podcast?
I don't know, maybe tonight. Me and my buddy, we just kind of like we wing it. We're all starting off and we're winging it.
I want to do it with you, man. That sounded gay as shit. I don't want to. I will never form that sentence ever again. I want to do it with you, buddy. um, I think that if you would like me to, because it is yours. That is your being, bro. That's your entity. That's your life. That's your image right there. I'm never going to tell you to let me on. But if you
I've
really do say,
extended the offer. I
I
think
know
maybe
you
five
have, man.
times
But
now.
I really want to be sure about it because I know. This is where my mind is not going to let me overcome this barrier, dude. You're gonna have to help prepare me for this one. Um, I have this like weird social anxiety thing, man. To where like when I told you that I feel like my voice isn't heard, that I feel like I don't have a lot to say. I know that I got a lot to say, dude,
Yeah.
but I don't think that what I have to say is right ever. Especially when I have more than just one person listening to me. So I don't know how many people you have that watch your podcast, but even if it's just five, bro, that's five minds that are going to be influenced in hopefully a positive way by the time I'm done talking, by the time that show ends. But there's always the possibility that they could be influenced negatively, dude, and that scares the shit out of me. Is I don't want to ever guide somebody into like the wrong path. I don't want anybody to ever take what I'm talking about and use it as a fucking like an excuse, bro. Like I don't want people to look at it and say like, well, it's okay for me to be like this because somebody else did me wrong. No, fuck you. If you're not actually listening to me, if that's what you take from it. Because if you're not capable of being able to fully accept your life and what you did, and you got a lot to work on, bud. You got a real long, lonely road ahead of you.
You would have done great in the military, man. I just want to point that out.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you have the mind that a lot of young NCOs pick up. A lot of the good ones that I've marked in my life. An NCO is a non-commissioned officer,
Non-commissioned officer, yeah.
the bosses of the military. I'm a young
Right, that
sergeant.
that aren't officers, they're
Yeah,
like the yeah, yeah.
dude, I'm a sergeant, and I
Are
think
you really? You're a sergeant? Oh my God, I look at you with so much more respect now. I feel like I need to like straighten up and shit.
you don't need to, man. I'm just a humble guy that works.
That's crazy, dude. What devotion that takes to become a sergeant in the military. You're in the army or the Marines or what is it?
In the army, the army.
In the army?
Yeah.
Sergeant, bro. You did that.
No, it's not that big, but it's definitely an
Oh,
accomplishment. I hold the heart.
how many people can say they're a sergeant in the military, man? Not a lot. You did that.
Yeah, yeah. I think you would have done great from this conversation. I think with that mindset, you've been able to influence a lot of good soldiers, and guide them in the right ways.
Well, thank you, man. Really.
If I
I drive
did,
myself I drive myself crazy with the amount of time that I spend just sitting by myself, man. Like this is my apartment. Like this is my homestead right here. You know what I mean? This is all I do, bro. Is just sit here and I think and I think and I think and I think and I try and be better every single day, dude. I actively really do try, but it drives me insane, man. Because I don't go and do fun things. I have hobbies like Legos. You can see the Legos up there.
yeah,
Like that's my one hobby that I have. I play video games, but my mic's always off. I'm never talking to anybody because I don't have that it factor of just being a normal person, of just being able to like sit and chill and talk with you about just whatever, dude, just things that might make you laugh. I don't know how to be goofy. It's a lot of self-destruction, but also a lot of self-preservation. Because I think being able to tell yourself who you are and who you're not, that's actually really healthy. So even though it drives me fucking nuts, man, I mean it's necessary. This truly is what makes me happy. Even though it's gonna put me in an early grave, bro. I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack by the time I turn 40. I already know it.
yeah.
But it's necessary, bro. Because for the last 10 years, from 20 to 30, I did nothing but waste time. So now it's necessary for me to really not waste any more time. And it's also necessary and healthy for me to look at the fact that I don't have as much time in life as the next guy anymore. I did waste a lot.
Yeah. Well, hey, I don't want to make you feel like I'm pushing you off, but my wife that when I looked at my phone, it was my wife texting me to come to bed. I've been up a little bit too late, but I do appreciate hearing
You are
from you,
good.
and I don't want this to be the last time I hear from you. I do truly believe you have some good things to say, and I want to give you that opportunity to come and speak on our platform. And I don't say that as like a recruiting offer. I'm like saying, hey, I'm an email away. All you gotta do is reach out.
What's your email? What's your email? What's the easiest way for me to send you a message? Go ahead and put that out. I'm gonna reach out to you, man. If you
Are you
think
on
that I'm
Discord?
if you no. Well, yeah, no. I was, but I don't. I'm not actively on Discord.
Okay. YouTube, TikTok. We're on everything. Brotherly
Yeah, but
Talk Podcast at Gmail.
how do I send you a message that you're going to see yourself? Like, if you think that I do have something to say, I think that you would be able to make me comfortable enough to get on there and say it. Um, this is gonna be a process, man, because I'm telling you that when I get people that are actually listening to me, I fucking clam up and I don't know what to say.
Do you have a Twitter?
No,
No, you don't got a Twitter. That's your smallest
no.
following right now. Um,
I got Facebook. Um, but aside from social media, I don't really pay attention to that stuff, man. I don't get on Snapchat or TikTok or Twitter or anything like that. I don't do Instagram.
what's your Facebook? I'll message you from my personal
Here, I'm gonna just do this, buddy. This is super, super personal, but I
one.
think that we might be able to grow from this. So there you go.
Let's see.
If you
Social
ever
security
feel
number. Do. Oh, well, that's personal, all right?
if you ever feel like we might be able to sit down and talk on your podcast together, then there you go, dude. I'd be willing, but like I said, you'd have to help me.
I hear you. It says that you're still typing, hasn't sent
What?
just yet. I'm guessing it's your phone number.
Yeah, it's my phone number.
How do you spell Corey?
Corey.
See, I figured.
I now I feel like I'm kissing your ass. I'm kind of brown nosing you at this point.
It's all right, brother.
Because I
Just go
think
ahead
you
and tell
did
me your number.
well. 816
Yeah,
663
yeah.
5505.
My name's Roy, by the way.
I didn't know your name this whole time. I'm so sorry I never asked, bro. That's rude as hell of me. Roy, it was really nice to meet you, bro. You need to get to bed before your wife gets mad, but please do at least send me a text. Oh, you just did. Let me come on your podcast, bro. Let me come on it.
Oh well, just reach back out. Do me a favor though.
You don't.
Discord is I don't know you well enough to really like get too comfortable text you all the time, but get like
Yeah.
a Discord. That's because that's where I run like my closest friends and stuff. We always keep in contact through our Discord. I do streaming as well. It's called Beefy's Gaming. I'm not a real beefy guy, but that's where I like stream games occasionally with my buddy Dennis, who also does the podcast with me. If you just want me on the podcast, that's completely fine. Dennis can go, he can go fuck himself for a little bit. That's okay.
Nah, no, I wanna meet Dennis too because I think that we probably all kind of have this same rationality way of thinking. I think that we are all kind of on the same page of what we want to hear from another person.
Do me a favor though. Get Zoom, whether that be on your laptop or your phone, because Zoom is usually how we do, like we talk to each other. And whether we record or not, that's completely fine. If you just need a session to just talk to us, and like, get buttered up or something, it's completely fine.
Get buttered up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but just do me a favor though. If you do want to be on the podcast, please review that guest waiver, okay? Because if we do post you and stuff, we want to definitely have that in writing that you're not going to try and sue us for money. That's
Oh yeah. Well, all right. Well, I will go ahead and make you feel super comfortable with that part because, like, dude, if I'm gonna take the time to talk to you, I'm not gonna take the time to fucking sue you over the words that I have to say, bro. Like,
well, yeah.
if I think that you're worthy enough to hear what I have to say, then I'm just gonna say it to you. I'm gonna sign the waiver. I get it, but I don't need a waiver to make you feel comfortable. You know, I'm just gonna get on there and talk to you, bro. That's the whole premise of what I'm gonna do.
I hear you, man. Well, thank you for
I'm
your time.
nervous as fuck. I'm nervous as fuck, dude, but I really want to do this. I want you to
Don't even
push me
think
to the
about it.
point like,
It's not live. If that makes you feel better, we just talk to each other, press record, and if it fucks up, we could always go unrecord, re-record, restart. You know, it's
nah, we're gonna be a one take being, bro. We're
one
gonna be a
take
one
being.
take being.
I haven't had any re-records yet, so hopefully
Yeah.
that makes you a little
I
more
can see, I
confident.
can see, I can. You're a fucking sergeant in the military, bro. You're not allowed to mess up like that. You have to do it in one take every single time. Nah,
I've made my
we're gonna do
mistakes.
this, man. I'm gonna learn from you, and I think you're gonna learn from me as well.
Okay.
And this is gonna be a healthy boundary, a healthy relationship, a healthy friendship. I'm gonna get on that podcast with you, bro. I promise. I promise. I'll
Well,
send
I'm
you
off for the
a
next
send
week
you
and a half. Let's try and work something out. Just let me go sleep with my
do a
wife
do
for
a
the night, all right?
podcast. Do a podcast tonight. Get Dennis and let's do one tonight.
I can't do one tonight. I'm sorry, Corey. My wife, I'm still. Yeah, when does she text me now?
All right, buddy. Hey, I'm gonna let you go. Go crawl in bed with the love of your life, bro.
10 minutes late.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah, 10 minutes late. Go take care of yourself, buddy. Have a good night.
All right, Corey. You got my number.
All right,
Just reach out, okay?
see ya.
I'll see
All
that
right,
waiver
bud.
once it's filled out. Bye.
All right, all right.
Hey guys, it's Roy, Dennis, and Jimbo from the Brotherly Talk podcast. We just wanted to say thank you for tuning into the podcast today. Your support means everything to us, and we're super appreciative of it. If you want to see more content like this, make sure you interact in any way you can. We're on many platforms under the same name of Brotherly Talk. The whole idea of this was to give a voice to the little guys, everyday normal folk who don't have a platform to speak on. We'll be your platform. As always, keep it real.